So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control it. My bones, I'm coming for it. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins. Won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control it. My bones, I'm coming for it, coming for it. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, 'cause that's what it takes.
We don't question Ryan. Gamestop investor. Lock in. Rockin'. Wake up, check the chart, might be bleeding red, but those warrants are dead ahead. Our CEO Ryan, he's a smart man. Trust in him, he's got a plan. Don't call us fanboys, that's an insult. It's an echo chamber, bros, proud to be a cult. I'm GameStop with GameStop, are you? 2 trillion market cap in a year or two. 2 trillion. Are you understanding yet? 2 trillion. Come on, let's make a bet. 2 trillion. Yes is now in play. Did you forget? We own eBay. You wish you were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys. We trust our CEO. Yes, Ryan. You know he works for free. That's right. He takes no salary. Lock in. Diamond hands, never let go. Lock in. Up and to the right, let's go. Lock in. No sell, no sell. That's the creed. Lock in. Let's make the edges bleed. You have a doubt, then you're done. You have to go all in. That's how wars are won. 5 years later and the thesis still holds. Ignore the dilution, ignore what the price told. $20 billion headed our way. Half cash, half stock, yeah, we own eBay. Your question, Ryan? It's a paid hit piece. It's on the website in the press release. Power to the player, stickers on the wall. I'm GameStop with GameStop, hit the battle call. You wish you were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys, we trust our CEO. You have to be all in, or you've already lost by your share every day, no matter what the cost. Lock in. Diamond hands, never let go. Lock in. Up and to the right, let's go. Lock in. No sell, no sell, that's the creed. Lock in. Let's make the edges bleed. You have a doubt, then you're done. You have to go all in. That's how wars are won. We don't question Ryan. Ryan has a plan. $32 warrants. This is how you win wars. I'm GameStop. We're GameStop. Are you? If you have to ask, you're not. Lock in. Lock in. Lock, 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 lock in. Lock in. Criminals never let go. Lock in. Down another dollar, we still know. Lock in. The plan's just a day away. Lock in. That's right, we own eBay. So we're locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys. We just our CEO. All in. GameStop, can't stop. Won't stop. 2 trillion. Ryan has a plan.
All right, y'all, happy Monday. Let me make sure I got this screen set up the way I want. No, we want this bottom screen. There we go. Good evening, Monday, August 10th. Welcome to the show. Tonight we're talking about GameStop and the rumors swirling that Ryan Cohen is considering rescinding the offer for $56 billion and maybe pursuing a joint venture. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to let a few more people come in here. I've got a article to look at with you guys really briefly, and maybe if you haven't seen it, you might be interested in about a 2.5-minute video clip from Bloomberg that came out later this afternoon. I think that one is worth watching, whether you've seen it or whether you haven't, and that'll give us something to talk about. The stock has been down, as you know, unless you've been living under a rock, since the August 3rd. It's been about a week now. On news that GameStop was pulling these bonds in, pulling the conversion price in, 35-day VWAP period. We don't know what the floor is, at least I don't still, of what the lowest they could try and push the price to maximize the number of shares they receive, they being the bondholders. They're the ones that push the price down through hedging activities, and maybe the market shorted a little bit because of the dilution too. It's probably a little bit of a combo of both. You know, it is what it is. I previous to August 3rd, if you haven't tuned in for a while, I did have a position in GameStop. Let's zoom out a little bit here. I had sold, as you guys know, just to recap and get everybody on the same page, when they announced the eBay deal that Friday night or whatever it was, I sold in after hours everything. I have brackets. The highest I got was $27.75. I waited for a while till June 23rd, almost a month and a half for it to come down. I bought on that dip and this dip once we had this new demand zone. I did not buy here. Once we had this new demand zone reestablished, I bought there, same price, not a lot. Because I was, you know, there's always a chance it could go lower. And go lower it did. So I bought a little more. $18.75 on August 3rd. $19.50. I tried to buy a little bit thinking I was smart as it was dropping that first day. So I got a little at $19.50. Then I did a little better at $19.05 and $18.95. And then today in pre-market, I've been telling you guys for a while that if the eBay deal gets canceled, it is my belief that GameStop stock will go up. And we'll recap why in just a minute. But when I saw the news, I was like, this is it. It's going to go up a couple dollars once the market opens. So I added a little more in pre-market at $19.76. Not my smartest choice. You know, it's 50-50 on news and pre-market. What's going to happen when the market opens? So at the end of the day today, I made that a little bit better by adding at $18.80. So where are we at altogether on old Tony the Denaro's position? For those of you that care, I know nobody cares, but I do like transparency. I'm down 4%, and my cost basis is $19.57. $19.57. It's trading at $18.79 is where it closed. And in after hours, we're at $18.79. So, you know, 4% is not bad for me. We can move up 4% in a day or two. What I don't want to see is that it collapses down to 17, 16, 15. I know we had Mike owning the float on here last week, and he said, I'm not buying until 15 or something to that effect. I just don't think on the technicals it was going to head that low, but I also was not expecting the bonds to be pulled in early at a lower conversion price. And so anybody who was predicting that the price was going to go down, you got a lucky assist from Ryan Cohen and GameStop with a corporate action. This was not a TA based move. This was a corporate action move. The balance sheet will be improved. Debt will be reduced. Cash will remain on the balance sheet. Book value will go up. Not that we care about book value. We don't care about that because market cap is not under book value. Anybody starting off the conversation talking about book value is a clown. Let's just get that right out there. If you start off every analysis talking about book value, you need to go back to school. What we look at is operational earnings and then the value of the other assets. The operational earnings give you your multiple, and the other assets pretty much don't get a multiple. Other assets being eBay, shares, Bitcoin, cash, they just don't get a multiple. You can value them. You can add them. And I've done that work for you guys, providing some of the parts, fair value analysis for GameStop. We looked at a modified version of that with this new bond deal. And it's, in my book, still around $24. In my conservative, as generous as I could be, but still being very conservative. Look, the bulls hate that I'm saying fair value is 24 bucks. It's not a price target, first of all. I don't give price targets. It's what you can calculate, what a reasonable person can calculate the fair value at using a sum of the parts analysis. And that's a defendable thesis. You could say, Tony, your multiple on the operations is too high or too low. Okay, that's a chat we can have. But I think you should have a defendable thesis, not just draw boxes on the screen up at $1,000 and saying, here's where we're going. That is a bunch of fucking clown shit. We don't do that here. This is the #1 channel for GameStop coverage for the adults in the room. If you are an adult and you are in the room, welcome. Welcome to tonight's talk. Let's get into the articles that I wanted to share with you guys and the video. Let's make this a little bit bigger. And then we'll come back and talk about what I think is likely to happen to the price before we wrap this little tete-a-tete up. GameStop's Ryan Cohen weighs pulling the $56 billion eBay offer. Again, this is a rumor, according to people familiar with the matter. Is it a plant article by the bad guys? I don't know. Is it a plant article by Ryan Cohen? Is he putting out little information here and there? You get this information, you get that information, you get this information. We'll see who leaks, and then you're fired. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. It's just funny to read everybody's theories out there. Don't really matter to me. I do hope that Ryan, finds a way to buy eBay. But if he doesn't, like I said, I think the price will go up if he doesn't buy eBay. So I'm okay either way. I have not been telling you guys for the last couple months that we own eBay. It's a done deal no matter what. Look, this is, again, for the adults. We have realistic expectations here. Anything could happen, and you should plan for anything, not get overconfident on one talking point. GameStop, led by CEO Ryan Cohen, is considering withdrawing the eBay offer. He's considering proposing a partnership or joint venture that would enable eBay to leverage GameStop's roughly 1,600 U.S. retail locations. The people said, asking not to be identified because the matter is private. You people suck. I can't stand people that leak this shit. That could allow both to increase market share in a high margin category such as trading cards and collectibles. The people said. GameStop, as one of eBay's largest shareholders, would seek representation on eBay's board as part of any partnership they added. A lot of people have been asking me today, Tony, how does he get on the board considering the trail of fire that he's left talking about the executives and the board? I think that's a good question. I don't know, when they all get together, it's just business. I had to say what I had to say. Let's all be friends. But then again, eBay, they'll send like dead animals to your house if they don't like you. They'll send cars and stalk outside your house. So I don't know. I don't know if eBay knows how to behave like adults. It's just business. We will see. Since its offer in May, GameStop stock has fallen by almost a third, while eBay's has climbed about 3.5%. The $125 a share offer was comprised of 50% cash and 50% stock. And if you haven't read the details, ladies and gentlemen, it's on the website. Anya says, why would eBay want brick and mortar locations? It would be like a partnership, Anya, where you could, if you had, let's say, a trading card that you wanted to sell on eBay, you could take it to GameStop and get it authenticated, maybe have them handle some of the processing. I'm not going to try and dissect that or even try and pretend to care at this point because we're talking about a rumor article. Ryan Cohen mentioned some of it in one of his TV interviews, video interviews, whatever you want to call it. But it's way too early for me to speculate on that. But it would be something along those lines where eBay customers could take items to GameStop, either for authentication or shipping, who knows what. Maybe a combination of all the above. if eBay even entertains a joint venture or partnership type deal. Remember, everything we're talking about is speculative. GameStop has not made a final decision, and Cohen could still weigh other options, the people said. I kind of like, I've been liking this theory, because my leading theory, let's get everything out on the table. If you're in my Discord, you already know this. My leading theory is that we were looking at potentially a proxy battle in about a year at eBay's next meeting. That's the only path that I saw as viable and realistic, and it gives Ryan plenty of time to make things happen. However, I liked the dark horse theory that perhaps Ryan was just chatting with people, private equity folks, to put together enough money to make an all-cash offer for eBay. I thought that would have been cool too, and it would have solved a lot of the problems. eBay would not have been able to say it's not credible if it's an all-cash offer and he's got the money locked in. So maybe that's still out there when they're saying here Cohen could still weigh other options. Maybe that's a thing. I've got a DoorDash arriving here in about 30 seconds. So I'm going to have to stand up and go grab my tasty beverage. While I'm doing that, I'm going to play this video for you guys. Let's let this ad get out of the way. Hey, Palm Prowler, how you doing, buddy? I finished watching your video with the dolphins the other day. Pretty cool stuff. All right, unmute.
But we're coming for eBay one way or another.
That was GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen with just a month ago signaling full speed ahead with his offer for eBay. Today, that conversation shifted, with sources telling Bloomberg that Cohen may pull the $56 billion bid and is considering a partnership or joint venture with eBay instead. Bloomberg's Bailey Lipschultz and Spencer Soper join us now with the details. Bailey, I'm going to start with you on the kind of deals side of this. We're reporting that he is considering pulling the bid. There's the added layer that GameStop is one of eBay's biggest shareholders. Just go over that side of what we're reporting.
Yeah, as you mentioned, potentially pulling the bid, potentially pursuing a joint venture, something that Ryan Cohen was very vocal about, the synergies in his mind that GameStop and eBay would have. To your point, GameStop is the second largest shareholder of eBay, right behind Vanguard, obviously. A lot of passive money there with a stake just under 10%, so a pretty sizable stake in the company. GameStop had been doing pretty much everything they could to raise capital and try to diversify their offerings, previously leaning into things like collectibles, and as you had talked to Ryan Cohen about a month ago, really setting its sights on a deal, a takeover of eBay, again, a company that's magnitudes larger than GameStop.
Right. Spencer, I'm reading our report, and the idea of this joint venture, Ryan Cohen seems to want to leverage GameStop's physical store footprint. You know, explain our reporting there, but also some of the history of, like, where eBay would fit in with that.
Yeah, well, I think the big lesson here is if you're going to announce to the world a $56 billion deal, you should make sure you have $56 billion first. But with stores, and again, this is a big capitulation, and we'll have to see what eBay thinks about this, but the notion is GameStop has a network of stores all over the country, and people can use those stores to bring in collectibles and have things authenticated and such. eBay's tried similar versions of that, more with like decluttering your closet and garage, like bringing your golf clubs to a FedEx location. There was some big initiative they had 10 years ago. So it's not really a fresh idea. And you can just think of all the stumbles Amazon has had with physical store space. Like it doesn't automatically work, and it's not a fresh, innovative idea. So, I mean, it's something, potentially worth exploring, but there's also a lot of reasons to not get too excited about it.
Bailey, just really quick, GameStop is flat, eBay's down more than 3%. Like, the markets are interpreting this reporting how.
It removes a little bit of the upside optionality for eBay. If you look at a 12-month chart of GameStop, it's pretty much been down and to the right. This is a company that handled some of its converts by diluting its company. So really the lack of weakness from GameStop, unsurprising again, given the fact that eBay really shot down this idea not too long ago.
Is that guy a meltdowner? Did you hear that? 150.
Naveen invests with the foresight and vision.
Is that guy a meltdowner? Did you hear that comment there at the very end? I'm going to play it one more time. Damn ads.
A fresh idea, and you can
This
just
guy, where is he?
to not get too
eBay's down more, reporting how.
For eBay, if you look at a 12-month chart of GameStop, it's pretty much been down and to the right. This is
down and to the right. I mean, I feel like that's a shot across the bow at some GameStop YouTubers. I don't know what you guys think. Anyways, I thought that was kind of humorous. Let's go back to the GameStop chart and have some conversation here. We have, I thought that GameStop pulling out of the eBay deal would help push the price up because the eBay deal would create a highly leveraged new co, which, the market's not going to, the market doesn't like Ryan Cohen. They don't like highly leveraged companies. They don't like balance sheets full of goodwill because GameStop overpaid for eBay. There's a lot of things that were going to weigh down the NewCo. And, even though I think it'd be fun for Chuckles to see Ryan Cohen get eBay and then whip it into shape and cut some costs and improve earnings and over the long term provide some value. In the short term, it was and remains my belief that it was going to be a little bit punishing for everybody. So if the deal got pulled, then, everybody takes a sigh of relief. We don't have all that debt, $20 billion in debt coming on the balance sheet. We don't have to worry about execution risk and get back to business as usual. GameStop's core operating business is pretty good. The balance sheet is almost fortress-like. All Ryan has to do is keep executing and hope that trading cards remain popular, and he's got time to figure out what to do next. So, it's not bad, in my opinion, if the eBay deal gets pulled, which is why I have not based the cornerstone of my channel on we own eBay or it's a done deal. I think that's a very silly way to approach this. You never know what's going to happen in these. And I'm cool if they don't get eBay. But we have now, in the past week, this other thing, as I said in my morning video, we've got this other thing weighing down on the stock, and that is this convertible bond deal for $1.4 billion. So again, as I said at the beginning of this broadcast, $1.4 billion of debt coming off the balance sheet. Cash remains on the balance sheet to continue to earn interest and give Ryan Cohen optionality to do something with it in the future. Leverage ratios improve, book value improves. It doesn't do anything else, though, to improve the market value of GameStop. You haven't really changed a whole lot. Because again, this is not a channel where we say GameStop should be given a multiple of book value. That's just nonsense. Multiples are given on operating earnings and what they do with the cash, return on equity, return on invested capital, not book value. Do I need to say it again? If you're listening to someone starting off every comparison between GameStop and every other ticker by talking about book value, you're going to continue to lose in this trade because you're not going to understand how the market is valuing GameStop. And that is, at the end of the day, what you need to understand to be successful in this trade. Not what you feel, not what you wish, not tinfoil. How is the market valuing the stock? That helps guide your risk decisions. How much risk to put on, when to take an entry, when to take an exit. Leche Loco, he says, it's refreshing to hear a same take with so much sensationalism around GameStop on YouTube. You know, you bring up a good segue. I almost tweeted about this weekend, and I didn't because, you know, it will be kind of inflammatory. But let's just talk about it here. It's just you guys and me. All the hopium sniffers are not watching. Let's talk about when did I change how I trade GameStop and why. I marked it on the calendar. 7/25/2022. Switched from buy and hold because that wasn't working to swing trading GameStop, which has been working fabulous for the last 4 years. I'm just going to tell you. I don't even need to take a large position. Just by swing trading, I've made more profit on GameStop in the last 4 years than anybody holding. You hear what I'm saying? Booked profit. There are other ways to make profits on GameStop, selling covered calls. I don't do that. I don't really trade options on GameStop either. I don't buy options. You know, if I am able to catch a lucky break on timing, like Roaring Kitty comes back, I might sneak a few in, but people that are buying call options generally are getting wrecked over and over with GameStop, and there's some of the ones that are most upset at Ryan Cohen. Also, the people buying warrants, very upset. But hey, warrants are just like options. They have a expiration date, and they are going to go to zero in about 90 days or less, unless there's some secret plan. And if your play is you're betting on a secret plan and you're not going to be mad at Ryan Cohen, then you do you. You do you. I'm not going to come harass you, stalk you, make fun of you. I'm going to wish you luck. But I'm saying to myself, the odds are against you. I give it a 95% probability the warrants will expire worthless, 5% probability that they might be extended. That's my take. As I told you guys a year ago, the moment to decide your plan on warrants would be by July, because they would start collapsing in value, and that is what happened. But why did I switch to buy and hold? It has to do with another date. I think we need to zoom into the weekly to see it. Right here, this yellow line. You know what this was? The 4-for-1 stock split. Now, I was covering GameStop back then, and I put out, I'm sure, videos and tweets saying all of these people telling you it's a dividend, the shorts are screwed. No. And when I saw how many people fell for that bullshit that it was a dividend, it's a stock split. I don't care what they called it. I even talked to people on Wall Street, brokers, and they said, you know, we don't really know why someone calls it a stock split or a stock split dividend. That's some tax accounting on their balance sheet. We code it the same way. But, you know, there's still these people, oh, they coded it the wrong way on purpose, or someone at GameStop made a mistake when they submitted the form. No, this is all coping from people who don't understand this stuff. I did a lot of work around that stock split to make sure I knew exactly what was going to happen. And I told you guys back then, 4 years ago, it would be a regular stock split. Don't expect any fireworks. I sold my shares into the hype in that run up, and I started swing trading GameStop. And why did I do that? Because I realized at that point, the vast majority of this community is going to trade the stock not based on any sensible way of looking at the ticker. And, you know, volatile stocks can be fun to trade. But stocks that are going down and to the right are not fun to hold. Thank God, over time, Ryan has really done a good job cutting costs, improving efficiency, adding the trading cards, closing everything that was losing money. I mean, he literally has transformed the company. He's done a great job. The balance sheet is a fortress. But, if you held since 2022, I did not. I've been trading it. If you held, it's been painful. And so I call myself the number one GameStop channel on YouTube for the adults in the room, because look, if you're expecting MOAS talk or it's headed to $1,000, this is not the place for you. We talk every day in the Discord about how to have optimal outcomes in any ticker. And I also think that if you're listening to someone who's telling you only hold one stock, no matter what the ticker is, you're listening to a very foolish person. Someone who has no risk management skill and is providing you some very risky advice. Now, if you're good with that advice and you're going to own it, then you do you. I think it's foolish. Sparky, what's up? He says, deal or not, taking out the converts removes some refinance risk in 28. Yeah, Sparky and I have talked a lot about the embedded put options in the convertible bonds that allow the bondholders to put the bonds back to GameStop at par in 2028. Nobody else is talking about this. Nobody else is talking about this. They don't want to talk about things that you should know that are material. We've been talking about it here. And if you don't know what embedded derivatives and convertible notes are, hey, I've been there. I'm not a bond expert, but I used to know next to nothing about bonds. But I have spent a lot of time in the last several years trying to become at least a voice that can educate someone who knows nothing. And I talked to actual bond traders, not involved with this trade necessarily, just people that are smarter than me that do this every day. When I have a question, ding, ding, send off a message, get an answer back. Then I put a tweet out. Someone says, oh, you had AI write it. Well, how did I have 2 days of conversation with a bond trader about that if you think I had AI write it? Come on. I don't need AI to put together thoughts. Just because you don't like the thoughts, because they're correct. You're not going to diminish the message by saying everything you write is AI. You just don't understand the amount of work that goes into this channel. If you're in the Discord, I was up since 5:30 or 6 a.m. I'm still here. It's 9:30 at night. That is every day, at least 6 days a week. If you're not putting in the work, you're not going to have optimal outcomes. If you're not trying to learn, you're not going to have optimal outcomes. If you're listening to janitors, you're not going to have optimal outcomes. These people LARPing like they know what they're talking about. It is unfortunate. And the more I see stuff like that, the more I cover GameStop because of the amount of misinformation from the supposed experts who are basically, they're not any better at this point than the people that were covering Bed Bath & Beyond. They just make shit up, whatever they need to say. They change whatever their perspective is depending on what Ryan Cohen's doing. Oh, we hate goodwill. Now we love goodwill. We hate leverage. Now we love leverage. There's no principles or integrity in some of these folks covering GameStop. It's just whatever they need to say to stay relevant. I'm not about that. I'm going to tell you the uncomfortable stuff because that is how you're going to optimize your outcomes. DSA Sports Consultant says, what price will you exit GameStop? I don't have a target price that I would exit, but let me tell you, I don't have one to tell you right now, but let me tell you what I generally do on every ticker and why I exited GameStop on May 1st. See this up here, the supply zone? I try and identify these supply zones when they are set, and then we extend them out. And if we push back up into it again, then I will consider taking some exits. I had 2 supply zones drawn on GameStop. And when the eBay rumor came out in May, we went all the way up into this second supply zone. I completely exited my position. And yes, I get it. If you were in the Discord, you knew that night. But I get it. Twitter, YouTube, I didn't talk about it for a few weeks because I don't really care to hear all the bitching and moaning and complaining. Paper hands, he sold. The boxes have been drawn up there for a year. You know what's going to happen when they get there. You got to ask me, did you sell? Yes, I fucking sold. That's why the boxes are there. Sometimes if the catalyst is really good and it pushes through, then I might hold some of it. But that night I sold everything. So now you're asking me, do I have a price target right now? We're in a recalibration time frame. Everything's getting thrown out the window. Even this demand zone. This is, what do we do with this now? We got to bring it down here. Now we got to bring our supply zone. We got to draw another one. Bring this one down here. I mean, I got to redo everything. No, I don't have a price, but it's going to be a sensible price. And guess what? If the miracle happens, if we ride the lightning, if Roaring Kitty comes back, if Ryan Cohen has a secret plan, I don't talk about any of that stuff. That's not this channel. But if it happens, great. I'll be positioned. I have a small position in GameStop, and I'm able to add more at any moment. I have alerts set. I know how to trade options. I know how to add to a position. I'm up every morning early. I'm up here watching, the stocks and the news every night late. I'm not going to miss anything. All of these people saying you got to buy every day at any price because you might miss it. Horse shit. Use your common sense. Use the tools available to you. You're not going to miss anything. You're not going to wake up and one day it gapped up from $19 to $1,000. Might I miss a run on a stock? Let's just forget GameStop. But might I miss a run from 19 to 25 and then I get in at 25 and it runs to 50? Do you think I care about the first $6? I don't care. It's being able to identify what is causing move, identify the move, and then have the guts to jump in. But that's where having a little bit of momentum trading or day trading skill comes in. That's why you should be practicing that, even if it's paper trading on other stocks that are moving. Work on those skills. I'm not saying you need to day trade. I'm not saying you need to day trade GameStop, but you should have the ability to identify when something is taking off and when to buy in and when to get out. There's some very basic signals we look at on that. The 50 and 200 moving average. Occasionally I'll look at Bollinger Bands, but mostly my for a longer trade like this, I'm just looking at supply and demand zones, which is just another way of saying support and resistance. And the 50 and the 200. If you're looking, to day trade it, you're going to be looking at some faster moving averages, maybe the EMA 13, something like that. But I'm not trying to day trade GameStop, and this is not a day trading conversation tonight. Debo says, Tony, when you're speaking, you come across as an asshole. Yeah, I've heard that my whole life, Debo. That's why I have a t-shirt that says, got a problem with me? Fuck off. Problem solved. I don't care what you think. I'm very blunt. If you don't believe me, ask my wife. It's not being an asshole. It's being honest. It's being direct. It's not mincing words. It's not I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm telling you what you need to hear. There's a million other people that you can listen to who will lie to you every day. Tell you exactly what you want to hear, and you're going to continue to lose money listening to those people. The Cullises says I think it would be better. Who is DSA talking to? Get off your high horse. Is he talking to me? Oh, two of y'all think I'm an asshole. Yeah, tough shit. Grow pair balls. Grow pair. Man up. This is real men talk here. If you don't like honest talk, you know how to leave the channel. It's not going to hurt my feelings. We won't miss you. The people who are here will get the value from the message. The Cullises says, I think it would be better to partner with eBay. Maybe they can create some kind of bidding system for used games. I mean, maybe. I'm not going to waste a lot of brain cycles trying to think about all the different things Ryan Cohen could come up with. He's a smart guy. He's done a great job turning the company around. And let's first see what happens if this rumor is true, and if it is true, and if they do a joint venture, then, as things get proposed, we will analyze that. I'm all for a joint venture if it means not having to get 20 billion of debt on the balance sheet. Leche Loco says, for most folks, swing trading is a good place to start, especially if you've got 9 to 5 like me, so you don't have to stare at the chart all day. Boom. Yeah, day trading or momentum trading can be really tough for people that have a regular 9 to 5. So in that case, you'd be more of looking for a swing trade setup, kind of like I trade GameStop, where you're just pre-identifying if it hits this low, I'm willing to take an entry there. And I know that it previously had hit these highs, and I know that the company's in pretty good shape. So we're just dealing with volatility, and I can wait it out a week, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it takes. And you don't have to sit there and watch the screen all day. It's a beautiful thing. But you got to be patient, and you got to be able to identify those demand zones. And then sometimes we get rugged by corporate actions, which is what happened here. Like even me, I've had a really good plan that's been working for a while. Back here, I bought at 20, sold at 27, 24, 25, 26, 27, 75. That was a good swing. You're not going to be a millionaire, but you're also not just sitting on dead money. Money not making money is opportunity cost. It's bad enough if it's going down, but then you didn't deploy that capital to make money somewhere else. Now you just shot yourself in both feet. I allocate a small amount to GameStop of the tickers in my portfolio, what I'm willing to sit on, and I wait for the volatility to show up. We got a little bit of corporate action rug here. It's not the end of the world. As I said, if you missed the beginning, just to recap before we wind this down, my cost basis on GameStop is now $19.57. So about 3/4, 75 cents out of the money. Not a big deal. Not a big deal unless it heads down to 15. And then I don't know what the floor is from the bondholders. Sparky, I didn't finish reading your comment. It's been nice to get more than 20. Yeah, we'll have to see what the 35-day VWAP is. I have a feeling that they're going to try and keep it at $19. That's certainly what we've been seeing. And so maybe 19 is the floor. But we have GameStop earnings coming up in about a month. That will be right in the middle of that VWAP period. And if the results are good, then maybe that helps lift the stock price. I don't know. Belvex says, I'm about to bottom feed GME. I love it. We love the bottom feeders. We pride ourselves on being bottom feeders. Every ticker community hates Tony the Denaro. and Anya and everybody else, because we are bottom feeders. We work on utilizing patience, understanding management motivation, understanding lender motivations when there's lenders involved. And do we always get it right? No, we don't always get it right. Do we always get the absolute bottom or the absolute top? Nope and nope. But we do okay. And we get close enough. We get close enough to make the cult community members very angry. They get angry that someone is trading the stock and making money. I just come on here. I tell you what I'm doing. Look, there's no secret what my cost basis is. If it drops to 15, you can come back and laugh at me. But if it goes back up one day to 25, 26, and I sell, what are you going to say? He didn't really own it. I'm telling you right now, I own it and what my cost basis is. I'm going to either be foolish or I'm going to be happy. But the cult people are not going to be happy in either way. You can never make them happy. They don't like anybody doing responsible things, analytical things. I want those of you that are looking for a better way to do things to watch this channel, to join the Discord, to learn from mistakes, to learn to recognize. We have long conversations in the Discord, how to recognize who is feeding you a line of bullshit. They all have the same characteristics. Every ticker. You think, how does Tony always know what's going to happen? There's patterns to these people. They're all the same. All these cult leaders in these tickers are all the same. They might think they're different. They're not different. I can draw parallel lines between each and every single one of them. It starts with telling you only buy one stock. Maybe the next line is don't diversify. Maybe the next line is it's going to $1,000. I'm literally the same fucking story in every ticker. I'm not making this up. Learn to identify these people. They don't know what they're talking about. If you want to have optimal outcomes, give us a jingle. Let me see if I can pop the Discord link in the chat here before we wrap up for the night. I don't talk about Discord much because I really, most people aren't prepared for a Discord full of honest chat. There's no misogyny in our Discord. There's no hatred of other people. There's no anti-Semitism. We're very tolerant of different opinions, different ways of analyzing trades. We are a community of people looking for optimal, profitable outcomes. I got somewhere in here, I got a link to the Discord. We just changed the sign up link. Derp. Maybe I can find it. Here it is. It's not for everybody, and that's cool. If you want to come check it out, come give it a test drive for 30 days. This is not a Hopium MOAS Discord. I'm going to be very blunt. We cover a lot of tickers. We talk about options trading. We talk about trading. There's not really a whole lot of bond trading talk, but we do have bond traders in the chat. Spec trades, day trades, momentum trades, swing trades, long-term holds, dividend plays, diversification, risk management, things that if you're not paying attention to this stuff and you need a little bit of warm hug to step over to the light. If you're tired of losing, come check it out. Guys, I thank you very much. Anya's here in the Discord. I'm going to leave the chat up for a minute. You guys can ask her. I'm sure there's probably a few other people in the Discord as well that are in here. I'm not feeding you a line of bullshit. Everything I say on these live streams can be backed up by hundreds of people in the Discord. And I truly do put in a lot of work to see you guys do better. Nobody pays me. I don't short stocks. Nobody gives me talking points, not even AI. I form my own ideas. I've spent 5 years now studying the retail community in these stocks. We've figured out a way to optimize trades on them, but you got to step away from the other nonsense. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
We don't question Ryan. GameStop investor. Lock in. Wake up, check the chart, might be bleeding red, but those warrants are dead ahead. Our CEO Ryan, he's a smart man. Trust in him, he's got a plan. Don't call us fanboys, that's an insult. It's an echo chamber bros, proud to be a coach. I'm GameStop, but GameStop are you? 2 trillion market cap in a year or two. 2 trillion, are you understanding yet? 2 trillion, come on, let's make a bet. 2 trillion, yes is now in play. Did you forget? We own eBay. You wish you were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys. We trust our CEO. Yes, Ryan. You know he works for free. That's right. He takes no salary. Lock in. Diamond hands never let go. Lock in. Up and to the right, let's go. Lock in. No sell, no sell. That's the creed. Lock in. Let's make the edges bleed. You have a doubt, then you're done. You have to go all in. That's how wars are won. 5 years later and the thesis still holds. Ignore the dilution, ignore what the price told. $20 billion headed our way. Half cash, half stock, yeah, we own eBay. Your question, Ryan? It's a paid hit piece. It's on the website in the press release. Power to the player, stickers on the wall. I'm GameStop, with GameStop, hit the battle call. We wish you were locked in. We know. Don't call us fanboys, we trust our CEO. You have to be on in, or you've already lost by your share every day, no matter what the cost. Lock in. Diamond hands never let go. Lock in. Up and to the right, let's go. Lock in. No sell, no sell, that's the creed. Lock in. Let's make the edges bleed. You have a doubt, then you're done. You have to go all in. That's how wars are won. We don't question Ryan. Ryan has a plan. $32 warrants. This is how you win wars. I'm GameStop. We're GameStop. Are you? If you have to ask, you're not. Lock in. Lock in. Lock, 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 lock in. Criminals never let go. Down another dollar, we still know. The plan's just a day away. That's right, we own eBay. We know. Don't call us fanboys, we trust our CEO. All in. GameStop, can't stop, won't stop. 2 trillion.